Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Ryan here. Welcome to Shoulder Mobility Week. It is just a Friday video. I'm going to be going over just putting everything together at the end of this week, just trying to kind of take the good stuff, the best stuff, and just kind of showing you kind of what you should do, or I should say the stuff that's working really good for me. And you can take some of it, or you can take all of it, or maybe you can ask a question if you have one. I'll tell you right now, since doing Shoulder Mobility Week and I'm kind of having a deload, this is what my deload week is. I did lift still. I didn't completely deload, but I didn't like not work out, but I did train, and I squatted back to back today and yesterday. And one thing I spent some time on, because I wasn't training so intense, I try to figure out kind of my bar position on my back. And one of the biggest troubles I've been having a lot lately that comes and goes is the elbow. I've messed around a lot. You've seen some videos I've made on elbow pain, and I still have some issues, and I just haven't really spent the time necessary to really improve my shoulder position on the squat. I made a video about it for Brendan Campbell, and to be truthfully honest, I just haven't spent the time necessary to improve that. And the reason why, my excuse is, I spend more time on my lower body to get to the bottom position. But since this week, what I've noticed is that since I've been working so much harder on my upper body, the bar sits a lot better. I really forced it in there, and now it's essentially, I'm able to get my elbows back, in and down, and really keep the bar in the right position, and keep my hands closer than usual. I should say that I'm actually as flexible as I was when I was in my February meet, because I'm able to get the bar right here on the base of my palm, so that way I can get my shoulders all the way back. And if you don't have that problem, then I guess it doesn't really matter, but for me, I did. And here is kind of what's been working for me, and the most effective things that have been very, very effective is working and mobilizing this pec minor. This is a big deal. Getting this pec minor, pressing it right in here, and just digging in. You know, pressing in, really breaking that fascia, really improving that sliding surface, getting that going. That way the arm can go further back. The scapula is able to kind of retract better. That's essentially what it is. Remember in the video that I showed, I'll post another video here of the pec minor, how it attaches and kind of how it sets up, so that way the scapula is able to retract a lot better and harder. Because remember that the fibers run like this, right? And because they run like this, it can be very difficult for the scapula to pull back and down, and because this is so tight. Other thing too has been helping me as well, I guess more so for the overhead movement, is the tricep mobility or tricep smash, really squashing and smashing the crap out of this tricep. Getting a chair, like this is what I did at the hotel room when I was at Reno, to dig in and just really dig this tricep in and just kind of press, right? Another one that works pretty well too is if you get a barbell, you can easily get a barbell, and you can get in here, and you can press as well. I'm sorry you can't see me, kind of dark, I know. But you can use a barbell very easily. Get on a barbell when you're squatting. That way you can get your hands above your head. Those are two things: pec minor, tricep, a long head tricep, a little bit of teres major and lat, smashing those. And then also first rib mobilization, getting this thing right here, right in that first rib section. This is the clavicle, rolling up into this section right here, and just pressing down. Put it right here, and then dig right in here into the. Actually, let me go on this side. So getting the ball, digging right in here, and then pressing into that segment just above the clavicle, but below the base of the trap. And then as I press in there, I can raise my hand up. Oh. It's actually a lot more effective if you're able to use a barbell, like I have. You can see on this barbell, I don't know if you can really see this in my lighting situation isn't too great here, but on the barbell over here, I have a lacrosse ball taped to a barbell. This is, again, all this stuff is Kelly Starrett Supple Leopard stuff. There's a book, link in the description in case you want to get some really good information on that. But digging into here, in that section I just showed you with the ball, this is actually a lot more effective, because then as you press, you can raise your hand above your head, and then you can really press that position, and then raise your hand up. And what that does is it allows for better overhead positioning, and it allows for that first rib to move better. And if anything, it just allows all this stuff to have more room. You have more options for your shoulder blade to move, because a lot of the time when you don't have options, you're going to move into when you don't have more options, what's going to happen is you end up moving into the position of least resistance, and typically that tends to be a position that's not ideal. Then of course, stretching the crap out of the lats, really getting a nice stretch, getting a band like this, getting a band like this, and just really getting down in there. You know, getting yourself to, like you can see me here, I'm getting down into the ground, I'm getting my palm up, and I'm really getting this arm to go above my head. I'm getting this arm to go above my head and just really pull down and really improve this lat tricep relationship, opening up the palm, and just sitting here, really just chill here and just really improve this overhead position. Because remember, you got to understand that a big part of this too is stretching out a little bit of the chest, just a tiny bit, especially when you dig into there deep enough, long enough. So those are the things that I kind of found the biggest takeaways. And then one last final piece is just to hold a PVC pipe or a band. I'll get a band right here, like this, and getting up and around, just stretching those chest muscles, making little circles like this. I find the band is really good for clamping those shoulder blades together. You know, it's amazing when you spend about just a few minutes a day on one part of your body that you want to improve. It really does make an improvement by a lot, especially the upper body, improving that. And then of course, another big piece too is getting this here and digging right here into the medial shoulder. And I'll also post a related video that K-Star has made that has some of the stuff in it. Digging in here and then making little circles, getting into that common tendon of that medial delt, maybe the front delt, the rear delt a little bit, making a little external rotation forces, so just really pressing and just getting this thing to go. And all this will do is allow you to kind of like improve options in the shoulder. That way you can get the shoulder blades to come back, down, forward. I mean, a big part with a squat, right, is that being able to get the band behind your back, right, this, or the band, the bar. Like imagine this is a bar, and you can kind of see how I can't get my hands behind my back because the band is bent around my arms, because ideally the bar will hold me back like this. And I'll tell you right now, since I've been really working on this week, I've been able to squat better. I hit a pause squat for a set of 4 with 315, and it wasn't even it was lighter than I thought it would be. I had the strength for it, you know. And I'm actually learning that my pause squats are about as strong as my regular squats, which means that I have a lot of work to do. So anyways, those are some ideas, those are some thoughts. Pick one of these, pick 2 of the things that I just showed you again, and really work on it 2 minutes on each side if it's one-sided, or just 2 minutes for a single side. Like this is kind of why I like doing this a lot, because it takes care of both sides, and you're just stretching those chest muscles really tight. Maybe get a little bit of your pec minor. If you smash it first, you might be able to get a little bit of your pec minor, but pec minor is pretty hard to get. And then you can also come down here and really open up the extension, or shoulder extension a little bit, and get those shoulder blades back. And just basically hold here. You're going to hold this position. This will allow you to really open up this posture, open up this chest cavity, and really stretch out these tissues, so that way when you get underneath the bar in a squat, one of the biggest things I learned from me, or that I got from this week so far, is just being able to do this. This is like freaking huge. I mean, this does not feel as restricted as it used to. And I think one of the main reasons why is that first rib mobilization, being able to press on this thing on here. Doing this, I actually have done it twice, and it's actually made a significant difference. So those are some of the things that I've been doing. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I'm going to make one more video after this on Shoulder Mobility Week. And next week I'll probably do, I don't know, if you watch this video to the end, make a request below and I'll take some considerations. If there's enough comments, I'll kind of go with that one. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. I'd like to make next week maybe, I don't know, squat week, I guess. That's probably the next best thing. This week was kind of just overall mobility. Maybe we can make it bench week, bench mobility week. I kind of like this idea of making themes, and what it does for me is actually allows me to really do the stuff I need to do, but also helps you and forces you to kind of like do some homework. And as I get better making these videos, I'll make them shorter, so that they're like homework assignment videos. And sometimes I'll make them longer depending if I want to do more anatomy videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.